Our country's in a state of divide. There's people on both sides of many different issues, and if I'm president, I would like to work towards unifying the people and taking our country to a greater place.
Jim?
I don't know.
Nice. I would be a good president because I will try to fix the middle class and make sure that every American has the opportunity to chase his dreams.
Money is my opening statement.
Okay. All right, question. All right, go ahead, Garrett.
Oh, okay.
Katie was up.
Andrew, how do you plan on fixing the middle class?
Okay. Well, I believe that we need to tax if you make the top 1%. So I believe that's 5 million or more. There will be a 4% surcharge, so you pay more, and then anyone, and then all 4%.
Would you stop with the comments? Please raise your hand. I have a follow-up. You said 5 million is rich?
Yes.
Not
Well, the 1%, whatever.
5 million?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure.
Yes, go
And
ahead.
then my tax plan is going to be a flat tax of 10% for the other.
Okay, Garrett?
So you claim you're a Democrat, right?
Yes.
Why is there an elephant on your shirt?
One of the best questions I've heard. Can we have a response?
Oh, I like elephants. I did not think about that.
Do you like
Oh, very nice. Yes, Charlie.
For all of you who wish to answer, what is your view on immigration?
Beautiful.
I definitely think we need to work on securing our borders and making it safer, but I also believe that we should be letting immigrants in, especially if they need like medical attention, if they're seriously injured that they can't get like from the country that they're coming from, or if they're here to work and make a better life for their children or their grandchildren.
I feel like we should let as many immigrants in as possible, but have some prior background checks and test them first a little bit to make sure they're not going to be committing any crimes, because I feel like a lot of them have some values they can offer to help our society.
I mean, we were all immigrants at one point. That being said, I think we need to, make laws and make sure that, people are here legally. So.
My stance on immigration is quite simple. I believe we should halt all immigration coming from the Middle East. We've had a lot of problems from there. I believe that the idea of having something like that coming in, especially males between the ages, probably about, I want to say about 15 to about 50, should be stopped immediately, because if they're just male immigrants coming in alone with no prior background checks,
What?
I don't mind letting families in, that's okay, but
Just Muslims?
no, everyone.
Quiet from there. Now, I have a follow-up question, because all the Republicans said they would never let anybody that was illegal be a citizen. Yes or no? Would you let somebody that is here illegally, that's been here at a time, whether it's a year or 20 years, would you give a pathway to citizenship? Just a yes or no?
Yes.
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 See the difference between the parties. I must go King first, so ask the question.
For all of you, what do you plan on doing with minimum wage?
Thank you. And then we'll
I would like to increase it.
We're going to increase it.
follow up. I want a number.
$15.
$12.
$10.
$1 million. Wait, whoa, let me elaborate. A small loan of $1 million.
How do you plan on appealing to young people?
They're mainly kids who are still in college or who only have a high school education. So appealing to them, I feel we could work on issues that affect them and make sure that they know that things are being done to help them instead of just the older people.
What issue?
Education, like reform for people who are in college, and then minimum wage, making sure that they have equal pay for men and women.
We're going to legalize weed. We're going to make the drinking age 18, and we're going to make a free college tuition.
I think making college more affordable, in addition to making minimum wage, increasing minimum wage will appeal to young people.
Oh, well, for starters, to appeal to young people, I agree with the free college at a community level. Definitely not for example, a university or something like that, that is a lot more specialized, there's a lot more, has a lot more depth to it, there's a lot more classes to take. I feel as though that should still receive stuff like that. I also believe in affordable tuition. I have a friend, his name is Jimmy Arwood. Some of you may know him, he's at ASU, he's working on affordable tuition right now. It's really important that all students have that opportunity. They shouldn't be taxed, or not taxed, sorry, they shouldn't be charged $30,000 in tuition for 4 or 5 classes at a university level.
Okay, Matt.
If your first 100 days in office, what's the first thing you want to get done?
Nice question.
Either economic or immigration reform.
Pick one.
Immigration.
Legalize weed.
Stricter gun laws and work.
Change taxes.
How do you see the appointment of a liberal Supreme Court justice, which will change the power of the Supreme Court into our favor, as assisting your presidency?
Is that for everyone? We've asked you.
I
Can you ask that again?
Yay or
Ask it
nay,
again, you didn't hear.
liberal Supreme Court judge.
I believe it would help us, but I do think, to be fair, they do need a conservative Supreme Court justice just to keep the balance.
What, like 8-1? Come on.
I think we should have an equal number of conservative and liberal Supreme Court justices.
It's an automatic justices just for everyone.
Yeah.
So you can't
I
have
wasn't really
equal
paying
amount.
attention to the question, so.
Sorry, Jimmy.
I think someone who's competent and fits who will do the job well.
For me, I believe that it should be left up to the people because ultimately it is usually the people that have a problem, and it's usually them that like to get, some like to get involved with stuff like this. I believe liberal Supreme Court judge would help the Democrats, sure, maybe short term, but long term it might hurt us depending on who we elect.
Okay, and Shirley?
What's your point of view on gun control?
Specific.
For all of us.
I like my guns, I have guns, but I do feel that there should be stricter gun laws just to keep people safe, and if you're on the no-fly list, or if you have a criminal history or a mental health history, you shouldn't be able to get a gun.
Is that the only change?
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like we should have some stricter background checks for fully automatic guns, but it should be kept where it is for semi-automatic and pistols.
So there needs to be way stricter background checks, mental health checks, well, which is in that. I mean, it's ludicrous that you can just go to a store and buy, these military-grade weapons.
I believe that we should ban all full automatic weapons. I believe semi-automatic weapons should have a different permit, and it's much harder to get. And if you even have a slight history of any mental health, anything like that, any type of background problem, you should not get one. I believe pistols should also be implemented like they were developing technology, like essentially a smart gun, where it will register your thumbprint, and with the thumbprint you can gain access to your weapon. I think for civilians that would be smart, in my opinion.
Okay, just a yes/no question. Washington, D.C. voted to actually ban all handguns in the city. They voted to ban them totally. Supreme Court, of course, overturned it. What is your feeling about the city voting and banning all of them? Just yes, no, or agree, disagree?
Agree.
No.
Yes.
No.
Okay, your question.
Okay, so it's 2:50, and at 3 o'clock you have an important business meeting. So you're walking down the street after buying a taco, you look over, and you see a baby kitten hanging from a tree. Your meeting, you look down at your watch, your meeting starts in 2 minutes. What do you do?
Good question. AJ.
I mean, I would try to save the kitten, but at the same time, I'm not the fire department, so I'm not that little quick.
So would you save the kid?
I would try.
You'd be late. You'd be late.
Wait, this is surprise this meeting or what?
Go to the meeting on time.
Okay, kill the cat. Fine.
I would save the cat, and I would give the reason why I'm late.
Oh, well, for starters, you have Secret Service around you if you are president. I would have some stay and try their best to help out, while I would take some back and go to the meeting because I have to be responsible at the same time. The little people matter.
Okay, Matt.
So Devin said that the first thing you wanted to do was tax reform. So, oh really, Andrew?
Can we please be polite in this
Yeah,
debate?
you're gonna be rude to the voters?
That was smart. You didn't
Go
get
on,
him
go
to
on.
the stage.
No, I will go on. I don't need it.
What happened?
I
missed it.
so
I was going like
so
that. I missed it.
what would you do for your tax plan, and if any of the other candidates have a different opinion, share.
Well, I believe that we have been taxing the middle class and as well as the lower class. I believe it does hurt them. I believe in a flat tax, which I know is kind of strange, but I believe in a flat tax of about 10 to 12%,
Wow.
depending on the varying classes. For specifically, I would say, you know, higher class would be 12%.
Next.
Just crazy to me that like one family, I don't know which one, but is more wealthy than the bottom 130 million combined.
Next.
So,
Leave it up to the state.
Next.
I missed the question. Can you please
Thanks.
reiterate?
Next. We have very little time.
Okay, Andrew, are you ready for president or are you becoming a stripper? Pull up your shorts.
Ian, you're the last question. Ian's the last one before closing statement.
For all the candidates, what's your favorite aspect of the Democratic Party?
Go.
I love the stances we hold on the people and
Yes.
Immigration.
Yes.
treating everyone equally.
Yes.
Well, that's very interesting. I think that all aspects are very nice, and I do love every aspect that they have. Specifically, I do like their stances on tax reform and immigration.
Closing
You said
statement?
you do have
Not one of you
tax
said
though.
I know.
That's a-
Closing statement, go.
if you elect me as president, I'll walk us in a path of unity and make us great.
Yes.
I'll do a better job than AJ.
John, Jimmy, and AJ.
I will, of course, give you a small loan of $1 million.